Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Bavarian and this is of course Crusader Kings 3 where we are in the world of Godherja. And before we start, I just want to say that while I am recording this, I keep one person in mind in particular, and this is of course our well-beloved Bekesh Marton Georgi here. Bekesh Marton Georgi, I hope you're having a good time. I hope everybody else is having a good time as we are going towards 2021. Now we are Johannes, we are a living magic adept. I added that because the decision didn't really work properly. Don't sweat it too much, magic isn't too vital for all of the multitudes of things that we can still pull off and that we will still pull off in this playthrough, so I'm not too bummed out. But let's just, take a look at that, and let's take a look at magic as a whole, despite of course me sort of, putting brackets around it. We're not going to really be using it in this playthrough, but I want to take a look at that as a whole in just a couple of minutes after we take a look at the current state of the world. Having studied the art of living magic extensively, Johannes has become a competent magi with several powerful abilities under his command. Absolutely beautiful. We are of course fairly talented. I say fairly because we are thin-blooded. Our wife is God-touched. My god, if we get just one child that is God-touched, that is the future dynasty of the Empire, I can tell you that much. Now, the interesting thing is that I hope that in this episode, High King Senway Witchbreaker says bye-bye. He's already 60 years old. Just, get him out of here. Don't show him to me. Just, splinter the Empire so that I can stop beating up the Marchers and instead beat up the Shavoki. Now, what I noticed is actually quite interesting. I noticed two very interesting things here, and that is Artesmos, Clan Chief Dragos of Artesmos, sat down and said to himself, you know what, magic doesn't suck at all. He is Daukeni, and that is of course one of the tribes of the Shavoki, but he is Shavoki Argiokratian. So let's take a look at that. Former followers of the Shavoki faith who learned the powers of magic, these relatively recent converts to the way of the AVERSARIans, brought with them traditions that their brothers in faith regard as borderline heretical. They also have a bit more of an inclusive worldview and consider belief and magical ability to preclude even the most pedigreed bloodlines in terms of purity. As you can see, some of the arrivers that, came over here all the way from the northeast and took over the former empire said to themselves, you know what? We may have defeated the mages, but maybe being a mage is better than not being a mage. And as you can see right here, they share the holy sites that also the normal AVERSARIans share right there. They also believe in the blood rights, so they do believe in the fact that, some sacrifices have to be made, and the purer your blood, the better, of course. Pursuit of power, communal identity, a very, very rightful, well, definitely a faith that wants to establish its supremacy. Let's say it like that. It has magic supremacy as well. And right next to that lives somebody that is even more interesting. That is the Bloodied Throne, King Gorassos, Skulltaker of the Bloody Throne. Now, I don't know enough about it, I will tell you that much, but I know enough to essentially tell you roughly what is going on here and who this man is. Gorassos appeared to, have been something like the Hound for Ace Grace. Ace Grace, of course, if you don't remember this, being the person that ended the world, or, started the end of the world, and through that nuke, that magical nuke, I believe it actually landed right here. I may be wrong here, but this looks very much like there's a nuke that happened right here. Either way, Gorassos was a bit of the Hound for him. He did the bloody jobs and he enjoyed to do the bloody jobs. So much so that, he may have gone insane. As I understand it, in the lore, he holds the skull of, for example, Axia Otea, but that is just one of many skulls in his possession, and he himself created a new AVERSARIan faith, the Gorassos Argiokratia, named by its followers after its eponymous? I don't know how to pronounce it, don't worry about it. Founder and leader Gorassos, the AVERSARIan faith has been crudely reshaped into a cult of war and death, even more than it already was. Purity is not earned by the blood in one's veins, but how much heathen blood one spills, and Gorassos intends for much blood to be spilled in his name. He views himself as a wannabe god. I mean, in his mind, of course, he is a god, but to everybody else, he is merely a wannabe god, and I am very amazed, I'm very happy to see just how much he has been able to hold on, to consolidate, and to stand tall despite everything, of course, that is going on around him. You can see that the Fenrir clan has been entirely annihilated. The Legion here, actually, under Legan Hekeda, the Uniter, has retaken the eastern capital of the Empire, that being Asiopoli. I'm very happy to see that there's a lot of movement over here. I would also love, actually, to play over there in, due time. But for the moment, let's take a look at the magic system in the game. Now, to actually show it off, we're going to take a look at the one and only Autokratia, Ace Grace of the Oraispol Autokratia. Now, he is very interesting, not just because of what he did. You can see, of course, he also wanted to become his own god. Although responsible for wiping out a significant portion of AVERSARIA and humanity at large during the Frobrockna, Legon Ace Grace still maintained a fanatical following of supporters who insisted these horrible events were actually due to the machinations of others, mainly Axiotea. They also claim, and not without merit, that the Imperial succession was legally his by right, and that all who consider themselves descendants of the purest must acknowledge his claim. The burning world. When the purest walked among us, Ace Grace, they showed us that no height is too high to soar to, no price too steep to pay for victory, no thing sacred enough to not be worth sacrificing, even the world itself. Ace Gracists, which we will also play eventually, they know no mercy, they know no end to their evil, they want to destroy the entire world as necessary. Now, the interesting thing is, he is one of the most, if not the most powerful mage to ever live, a living magic master. And the interesting thing about this is that you get this beautiful menu. I gotta tell you, I played so much CK2, it's an insane amount of CK2, and it always was so difficult for any mod to model magic in any meaningful way, because you didn't have any GUI modding. Now look at this, this is just incredible. Of course, for the start here, you can generate power by either flagellating yourself, by doing a ritual sacrifice where you can sacrifice a person. I already did that. This is why this doesn't work. And then you can sacrifice a population of one of your provinces. Oh lord, this is a very cruel world, of course, but that's no surprise. And then you have all of this amazing magic. Now, we are not going to do any of that, just for the record, because again, it doesn't work properly. Don't sweat it too much. Again, there is enough to be done as is. But for example, with creation, you can go on and if I can hover over it, there you go, fertility plus 25%. We got some fire magic as well that speeds up your siege phase timers, which is huge if you really want to go to war, for example, against the Shavoki, for example. I'm very interested in that because it has to be scary to see this mage hurl fireballs at your walls. I'm in love with this, and I'm really hyped to play this eventually. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff. There's some dead magic, some mixed magic, and some other magic that we, of course, don't have access to. The darker the magic is, the more powerful, of course. But what you can also do, check this out. Thin, cast a spell of thinning, weakening the target's body for a short time. Poison, cast a spell of poison, harming the target's health for a decade. Oh lord, that is incredibly powerful. And Dominate, cast a spell of domination, twisting the target's mind to be amenable to your views. I gain a strong hook. Now, it costs magical power, and as you were able to see, it is not easy to come by magical power. Oh, you can, by the way, we're not, again, going to do that, but you can also do Vampiric Drain, making it so that you will live for much, much longer. All of this incredibly powerful, incredibly interesting things that I plan on using so much. But again, for the moment, I just wanted to show off what the future of Godherja brings. Let's jump into the present, and that means let's jump into Johannes. Now, where were we? Our sister, I believe it was actually this one, Countess Teofano, is trying to seduce us. Do I see that anywhere here? I don't actually do, but she's trying to seduce us. We are in quite the powerful position. Okay, we are bankrupt, but at the same time, we actually survived. And that is what matters. I think that is what our father also always taught us. You know, our grandfather, our father didn't really live. He died on the battlefield before our grandfather. Don't worry about it, okay? I think the big life lesson in our family is essentially, if you prevail, you did good. Heralded forth on raven wings is the beautiful motto there for our dynasty. Now, for the moment, we're just going to hang out. We're just going to relax. What I would love to do with this character, and I don't know whether we can pull it off, but I would love to splinter off into a situation where I can lead the religion, where I can be in charge of everything, you know, by creating a new faith, of course. We're going to do something here, at least if we can. But beyond that, of course, announce AVERSARIA VOREIAS is still our big goal. I require more lands here and or more lands here. I think we're going to finish our conquest whenever beautiful, I forgot his name, Senware will die. Oh yeah, and he's at war again. My god, that is a... that's a lot of very angry flags here. Alright, let's jump into it. And we have a child. Princess Irene. God touched. Oh, I love it. What's my wife's name? Thalassa? That's a really nice name. Maybe it's Thalassa, I'm not entirely certain, but that is a very nice name. Now, Cylon is definitely not a worthy name. Honestly, I'm gonna name you after your mother. No, after your mother. Thalassa, not my mother. Listen, forget about Irene. She did nothing. Oh, wait, what? Wait, no, that's Thalassa. I'm blind. Listen, okay? You can't fool me. These are difficult times, okay? We're gonna name her Thalassa because she's God touched. This is great. Now, she's not a genius, but she is pretty... I'll take that. This is an amazing character that I hope we will get to play. I can also say, and I didn't even check that, but look at that. Most of the holy orders that were down here actually collapsed entirely. They are completely gone, and the Kenemat is stronger than ever. Now, this is interesting. I don't really want to jump into the politics and religions of the southern continent because they are as intricate as everything here in the north. So, you know what? Why don't we talk about that when we actually play down there. But there's a lot going on there. And as you can see, the Argeokratian religions, or rather faiths, have been tumbling down, whereas the native faiths have slowly been recovering. And we have been recovering as well here. And we have a son as well, Pamphilios. I am going to name you after one of my ancestors. And who else could that be? I went over it. If not Nikanoneos. Prince Pamphilios. Nikanoneos. You are a genius and you are God-touched. This is beautiful. This is absolutely amazing. I already know where we are going to reform our faith to. I already have a very distinct picture of the future. And look at that. You betrayed me by dread and renown. What a cool motto as well. But man, he created his own branch. If you feel that's appropriate, sure, why not? The further I delve into my studies, the more apparent the link between mind and body becomes. Too much worry can make you sick, and the mind is no stronger than its vessel. My wise friend, Duchess Phaedra, swears that vigorous movement helps her keep her stress in check. I've also read about the benefits of journaling to soothe anxiety. Well, she is our friend, our best friend, actually. Look at that. It's a special relationship indicating lifelong dedication and support. It is a stronger special relation than a friend. Very good, yeah, I love that. If she says that I should go and become athletic, wow, it's actually guaranteed? Oh, that's so good. Is that because we're friends? Wait, am I... That is so good. I did not know that the best friend effect would do that. Usually, you just have a chance to become athletic or to become a journaler, but in this case, look at that. And oh yeah, look at that. We are now positive, but now it is starting to replenish, well, everything right here in the men-at-arms. It could be better, could be worse. At least we are back in the positive so that we can root out corruption in our counties. So we finally have some money, and I think that we should simply push deeper into Vishtanka, of course, one of the kingdoms that we need to take control of. And if I do it via a holy war, we also gain some much-needed piety. So, I will take you down here. 3 provinces oh no, it's 4 provinces. Wow, that sounds excellent to me. We got a decent amount of money. We may go slightly into the negatives depending on how long the war drags on. But I think that this is, of course, the right choice to make. Oh no, she was my army leader. She was quite competent. 15 was nothing bad about it. Oh, Phaedra, if you were still with me, I know you would tell me to be strong. The things will get better. And you would be right, as you always were. But first, I must curse and cry. How could I not? How could I not, when you are gone from this world? I think, seeing as this is a war against the Shavoki, that this is a defining moment for our character. His hate for the Shavoki just grew tenfold. And oh boy, the war is over, but it cost me a lot when it comes to manpower. Now, I would love to hand out some titles to magically talented fellas. Kyros here, for example, seems to be a good candidate. I'm gonna give you 1 county, and then the rest of the counties, I don't want to give it to my son. My son stays with me, thank you very much. She is already married to a duke, so I don't really want to mess with that. Count, honestly, if you're just 1 count, like, what do you actually hold there? You know what, yeah, you can have more land. You are talented, and you shall be rewarded. This is a bit of a weird situation. I am very much in debt. I just want to stress that. I am very much in debt. And there appear to be one fella that is very angry, and then we got some Shavoki populists down here that are also very angry, but I think we can defeat the rebels. That should not be a problem. I can't believe this. He's 69 and he's still alive. Senwar, I know you have all these buffs, but couldn't you die when you're like 80? No, actually, that's way too late. Just do like 72, right? That's a good number, 72. I mean, 69 would be better, but you refuse to die right now, so I can't really have any hope for that. You are Nikanoneos. A learning education would be pretty good. You are inclined for that. Anyway, I think diplomacy might be even better. Do I have any good educator? Do I have anybody that would serve, you know, in this... I mean, I'm pretty good in learning, actually. Just in general, like, despite my horrible education. You know what? No. Let's go with learning, and let's go with me educating you. Sure. I am your father, and I shall be your guardian. Now, I will go ahead and pass high crown authority. It is necessary, and I will do... Actually, you know what? Before we do that... Could I? Theoretically? Just asking. And I got some city, I think that's okay. Let's just go on a pilgrimage. I got a bunch of money from that city inheritance there, so I can't really complain. I will go to Oraispol because it is currently safe. Palitaka has held onto it against Senwe for such a long time. We will visit and we will say hello and declare ourselves gods right after. Well, not gods necessarily, but reincarnations of the will of the purest. At least that is what I think we're going to do. Passing by the campfire, one of my fellow travelers is telling a story she once heard about some king to Roka's laughter. I can't read. They all fall silent when I approach except for the storyteller. Ah, don't worry, my lord, you're nothing like the child in this story. It's about the king of some faraway place called Bavarian. Of course, you know, the people down here, or maybe even the Shavoki would make fun of me. I am, you know, I'm fickle, so I think I'm gonna... I could whip him. You know what? Fetch my whip. I'm not letting any Shavoki make fun of me. Okay? That has to be something that everybody has to accept. And there you go. I have walked the holy path. And now that we have walked the holy path, welcome Damianos. Great character as well. We have so many amazing characters this time around. We are going to create our own religion. So give me some time here. And here we have it. Nikanoneos Agiokratia. If we take a look at the flavor text, I sadly can't write that much. It's, I think, maybe like Twitter, like 300 signs or something. I don't know. Nikanoneos carved out his own realm in the north, for he was guided by the purest. Today we must acknowledge that he and his family are holy. I changed this so that we could have Head of Faith Temporal. I don't think I'm going to change any of this. I think all of these are fine. Burning World certainly doesn't fit us. Now, Divine Marriage may actually be quite fitting. You know what? Can I do that? Oh, I totally can. We're gonna go with Divine Marriage, Pursuit of Power, and the Blood Right, because we still acknowledge that anybody that is powerful is destined to rule the world, in particular our family, of course. I chose this because primarily it's the sun and at least a part of the moon, and Nikanoneos, as you may very well know, was born, of course, while the sun was blotted out by the moon. And then we got this and that and all the good stuff, right? Classic. 23 of 24 vassals will convert. Yes, Nikanoneos Agiokratia has been founded. Now, I cannot currently create the Head of Faith title because I don't hold any of the holy sites. I think that is okay. It could be better. It could be worse. Just get to work here when it comes to the conversion. What are you? Yeah, you're the wrong faith. You are my faith, is this true? Yes, Nikanonean is what you are. And of course, I have to do what I have to do. You, my friend, are not worthy of inheriting, quite frankly. Take your leave. Never talk to me again. You are worthy. And so are you. So I'm going to go ahead and marry the two of you. So that would be Nikanoneos and I believe Thalassa, if I can find her somewhere. I swear she's in here, right? Arranged marriage, there you go. Beautiful. Absolutely. The bloodline of Nikanoneos will be protected. Thank you, Thalassa, for making all of this possible, because without you, we probably wouldn't be as genius, beautiful, and God-touched as we now are. This is wonderful. You are... Get out of here. You're a misfit, Prince Silent. Don't talk to me, okay? Never talk to me ever again. Alright, beautiful. Now, with that being out of the way, we can go on. And probably, yeah, look at that. The Imperial actually took the entirety of the kingdom, yeah? That is good. Honestly, that's quite convenient. Yeah, if we actually go to war against them, I can just take the entire thing. Although, I feel like going to war against them right now is probably, honestly, it might be smart. I don't know. I barely can sustain, by the way. If we go to war, I can't really sustain it. It costs me so much, but I love it. We are already converted. The Nikanonean faith has taken over. Nikanoneos Agiokratia is now here for all. The Nikanonean schism. The Aversarian, Agiokratian Pontiffs have lost their way and can no longer be trusted to guide us. To remedy this, I have gathered a select group of Pontiffs together to discuss the future of our faith. These Nikanonean Pontiffs have adopted a pragmatic and balanced view of other faiths and are sanctioning the marriage of close kin, claiming that the bonds of family are sacred and that such marriages are blessed. Nikanoneans eagerly await the prophesied arrival of the Ypsilonis Omitilos, a great leader who will rally all of the faithful behind them and usher in a new Nikanonean golden age. Yeah, I think this is really good. We are effectively in a position where everybody from our dynasty, if they go on and fight and defeat their enemies, can become a reincarnation, a mantling, if you will, of Nikanoneos himself. I think this is the religion of Nikanoneos' family. Prove me wrong. Tell me any better combination. I think this is exactly how it is. And isn't this cute, by the way? These two are promised to one another and they are friends. I mean, they are also siblings, but, you know, you can't have everything in the world. And what are you doing? Excuse me, I believe I must defeat you. Quite frankly, I am angry by the fact that you still exist. 32,000 troops! Ah, come on. Don't do this to me. I honestly, at this point, I'm thinking maybe we do just go west. Maybe we just say, screw it, you know what? Oh, wow. Holy moly, where did you get all these troops from? Oh my god. I think it happened. I'm pretty sure that it just happened. He's just gone. Senwe Witchbreaker died of old age, 74. I can't even talk anymore from excitement. 74 years old. Oh, and now's the time. Clan Chief Asen Danilic of Vishtanka, facing a rebellion, having a difficult time, all things considered. And now here we come. Holy war for the kingdom of Vishtanka. Oh, I am in. Just look at this. First of all, let's take a look at the cultures here. They never really made it down there, of course. The Western AVERSARIan actually survived despite everything. Then over here is just a mess of Shavoki tribes. So yeah, they have been crushed by their own weight after Senwe died. Now, I wish I had gotten an event for that, but honestly, don't sweat it. Now is the time where we go and utterly decimate them in the east. Clan Chief Asen. Oh, this won't be pretty. Not for you anyway. And would you look at that? I'll be honest with you, there were no big challenges in this war. He's now all alone in his mountains over here. We're gonna take him out in time. Oh, I am so happy. Now let me just quickly hand all of this stuff out. This is absolutely beautiful. What we have experienced. By the way, Thalassa came of age. She is a skilled tactician. Pretty decent. I'll take it. I will, without a doubt, take it. But I gotta tell you, I am incredibly happy with everything that we have seen here today, because it actually, for once, worked out exactly like it should. Absolutely gorgeous. And that was something, by the way, that happened fairly quickly, actually, is that Nikanoneos Agiokratia has been spreading everywhere here. At least, you know, in our realm, of course. I don't think it is anywhere else. To be fair, that would also be quite a bit odd, but I'll take any victory that I can. Now, the most difficult fight, I think, from the ones that will be upcoming here is this one. We need this counter, because if we do not have the counter, we don't hold all of Krasovja, and if we don't hold all of Krasovja, I can't actually take the decision. But let me tell you, we are incredibly close now. Now, we will face a rebellion right here. I think that is fine. We should be able to smash them. Should be fairly easy. We are incredibly powerful, incredibly strong, and I am not at all afraid, at least not right now. Maybe in the future. Okay, this war is over. Now we are facing an upcoming rebellion of the newly conquered territories. I'm not too worried about that. Again, I will simply raise my troops in time. Then we will go against the Kanzlerei. And then, well, then we are almost done, aren't we? Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Now, listen. If these symbols don't tell you the story of this war, then I don't know how I could possibly tell the story of this war with words. Let's just skip over any and all of that. What I am much more interested in, first of all, I'm very interested in kicking you out, so let's just do that. I will destroy... Are you kidding me? You son of a gun. I will destroy the Kanzlerei. They deserve it, they have it coming, and they hold my very own land. Wait, is this my... There you go, my claim, yeah. I will take this piece of land, then we just need this, and I can finally take the decision. Oh yeah, no, okay, we don't need this. I was worried there for a second, but we do not need the land of the king, well, wannabe king of Vishtanka. So let's just ignore that for the time being. Oh, this is going to be so glorious. I'm so happy that we're pulling it off this episode as well. Could have been much longer. And here we go. I even imprisoned Chancellor Christoph. And I'll just tell you outright, it wasn't close. We have Magi. He is named Christoph. I mean, what else do I need to tell you in these trying times, I ask you? Now, here's the big deal. I'm gonna hand this out. And again, if we actually look at this right now... Wait, what? No, Krasovja. Why not? Do I not hold 29 the Euro counties? I believe I do. Oh, I need the title. Big brain. Okay, I can make that title. No problem. Okay, I just need time. I'm honestly, you know what? At this point, I'm actually very sad because I clearly misread that. I thought that it said I need to hold all of the kingdoms. It doesn't. It just says, please do hold the kingdom titles. So, I could have saved myself from a lot of trouble here. But that means that I just need more money. And if I just get some more money, we will be golden. So, I'm in. I conquered, you know, the more I think about it, I simply conquered far too much. Callous, good trait. We need to be angry. We need to be angry, everybody, you hear me? She is cynical, I mean, I don't know about that. Patient and compassionate. You know what, I'll take it. Deceitful, brave, and wrathful. Maybe he is the better heir. Honestly, he has better stats. I might disinherit her and just take Nikanomneos here. I feel like that might actually be the appropriate turn of events here, honestly. Tanasa, I don't dislike you, but you're not really my preferred heir is the thing, so goodbye. Don't worry about it, hey, you're all getting something, okay? This is no big deal. You're gonna be the husband of the king. Don't worry about it, okay? Nikanomneos will be my heir. There you go. Easiest money we have all ever made, quite frankly. Oh, now it's time. I'm so happy that we can actually do this. I am so happy. I really enjoyed my time so far, and I'm excited to see what the next goal will be. There you go. Decision available. The first step to the recovery of our sacred home is done. A foothold has been established in the north to stand firm against the Shavokhi horde. It is time I crown myself autokratia of a new AVERSARIA and prepared for the march south. Godurbrok becomes our title. Is that let me just check. Is that a de jure? Oh, it is. Wow, yeah, we become an emperor of all of this. We even hold some more, of course, but, you know, that's pretty good, yeah. Let's get that. It will be renamed to AVERSARIA VOREIAS, and it's time. The coronation. A glorious day. My legions cheer as I march through whatever. Ahead of a great procession. They cry the name Johannes as they would sip a wine, drunk on glory and what was once lost hope. But there's so much more to do, and even as my legions cheer and the people throw flowers before me in jubilation, my mind is trapped in the thoughts of our future. The Shavokhi's nose has been bloodied, but our victories before now are nothing compared to the campaign ahead. For AVERSARIA we march. And then next up, reunite the entire empire. Look at that. Oh my god, yeah, we are nasty. We are... we literally have the Black Sun, I guess, now going for us. This is such a cool... Can I just... We haven't acknowledged this, by the way, at all. Can I just acknowledge just how amazing the coat of arms in this mod are? We got so many absolutely outstanding ones here as well. Of course, the kingdom that we have here, also absolutely great. We've done it. We have become the autokratia from above. And we still have so much more to do. So much more to do. I will enjoy this. They won't. What a turbulent episode, but we have achieved so much. I'm incredibly happy, and I am happy that you have watched until now. I would like to thank you, and I would like to thank the members of the channel, namely the barons, the counts, and the dukes. You are all beautiful. Love ya, and thank you for the support. Of course, if you want to support the channel, then go check out the link in the description. It leads to my store. I get part of the revenue, and you can support me directly while also buying great games. With that being said, I will see you later. Alligator.